The sound of water echoed softly in the marble bathroom, steam curling through the air like secrets too heavy to be spoken. Alexander Veyron, the ruthless young billionaire, stood near the glass shower wall, his shirt still damp from the storm outside. Across from him, Elena Hart, his reluctant fiancée, crossed her arms tightly over her chest, trying to mask the whirlwind inside her. She had sworn to herself she would never fall for him, a man who had bought her engagement with power, not love. "You think you can control everything," she whispered sharply, her voice trembling more than she wanted. "Even me." Alexander's jaw tightened, his gaze steady and unreadable. "I don't want to control you, Elena. I want you to see me." Her heart skipped a beat, but she refused to show it. "See you?" she scoffed. "All I see is a billionaire who gets whatever he wants." He stepped closer, the soft sound of his shoes against the wet tiles making her breath hitch. The steam blurred the distance between them, making the room feel smaller, warmer, dangerous. "Elena," his voice was lower now, almost rough, "I don't want you because I can have you. I want you because without you, none of this matters." She froze. For the first time since their engagement, she saw something behind his carefully built walls, a man stripped of power, standing vulnerable before her. Her fingers brushed against the cold counter, searching for stability she couldn't find inside herself. "I hated you," she admitted, her voice cracking. "I told myself I would never forgive you for trapping me in this arrangement." "I know," he said softly, taking another step closer. Now, he was only a breath away. "Hate me if you must, but don't lie to yourself, Elena. You feel this too." The heat of the room seemed to press in on her, and her chest rose and fell faster than she wanted to admit. She wanted to walk away, to keep her heart safe, but something in his gaze anchored her to the spot. He lifted a hand, hesitated, and then brushed a damp strand of hair from her cheek. The touch was gentle, careful, as though he was afraid she would break. "Say it," he murmured. "Say you don't feel anything, and I'll let you go." But she couldn't. The silence between them was louder than words. Outside, the rain poured relentlessly, but inside that marble sanctuary, the world had narrowed to just the two of them, the billionaire and the woman who swore she would never love him. And yet, beneath the sound of running water and unspoken confessions, her heart whispered the truth she wasn't ready to face. The steam thickened in the bathroom, clinging to Elena's skin as if the air itself was alive, pulsing with something she couldn't name. Her back pressed lightly against the cool marble wall, and she could hear her own heartbeat louder than the rainfall outside. Alexander stood so close now that she could see every drop of water clinging to his jaw, every flicker of conflict in his dark eyes. He wasn't touching her, not yet, but the distance between them had become unbearable. "You should step back," she whispered, her voice softer than she intended. "Should I?" he asked, his tone low, husky. "Tell me, Elena, do you want me to?" Her breath caught. She wanted to say yes. She wanted to say no. Instead, her silence betrayed her, and his lips curved into the faintest shadow of a smile, not of victory, but of understanding. I thought I hated you, she admitted, her voice trembling. I thought you were the reason I lost control of my life. His hand moved, slow and deliberate, until it rested lightly against the marble beside her head, trapping her without touching her. And now, he murmured. Now, she hesitated, her chest rising and falling rapidly. Now I don't know what I feel anymore. Alexander leaned in, close enough for her to feel the heat of his breath, yet he still didn't touch her. Then let me show you, he said softly. She turned her face slightly, her lashes lowering as her pulse raced wildly. You're dangerous, she whispered. Only to your walls, he replied, his voice deep and velvety. Not to you. Finally, his fingertips brushed her wrist, a feather-light touch that sent an unexpected shiver racing through her. Her skin burned where his hand grazed, awakening something she'd buried for too long. Elena, he said her name as if it were a secret only he was allowed to keep. She swallowed hard, her voice breaking. This isn't supposed to happen. Maybe not, he admitted, stepping even closer, his body a breath away from hers. But it is happening. The sound of the shower filled the silence between them, every drop hitting the tiles like a ticking clock counting down to a moment neither of them could escape. Her resistance faltered. She should have pushed him away. She should have walked out. Instead, her fingers brushed against his shirt, damp beneath her touch, and in that instant, she realized the truth she'd been denying. She didn't hate him anymore. And maybe, just maybe, she never had.